I met Harley Race right before he passed away at the ECW arena last year. I think it was last year. It was right before he passed, like a month or two before he passed. And he was in a wheelchair, and I got to speak with him, and he wasn't saying anything back, but his eyes were right there listening to me, and his head was nodding and shit. So this is what happened. I saw him, and I just said, "Damn, Harley, man, you're one tough motherfucker." And he just looked at me, and he just went, and he kind of smiled at me. And literally, he was gone about a month later. And I'm just really so grateful and thankful for that moment, just to lock eyes with him and for him to know that you know I'm rooting for him all day. You know what I mean? A fucking living legend, man. He was a living legend, and now he's a deceased legend. But we love Harley Race, and I love Harley Race, I should say. At the same show, was it the same show or was it the show after? I got to meet Scott Hall, uh, NWO founder, and that was an interesting experience because he was very down to earth and talked to us like when he really didn't have to. And was doing it all off camera. He's like, I don't want to do it on camera because I've been offending too many people. But he did it. He had a conversation with us for at least 10 or 15 minutes of us just talking about wrestling and stuff. And he answered a lot of my questions. And at first, this was a funny thing. When I first went up to him and was talking to him, he saw my ECW shirt that I was wearing at the time. And he goes, yeah, this is the ECW arena, right? And I was like, are you serious, man? I could have swore I saw him wrestle in the ECW arena. But he was like, no, I wrestled in other places, but it wasn't in the Philly area. So, we kind of like almost kind of were like, yo, what, you serious, dude? Like, it was almost like we didn't hit it off. But then later I saw him and I had my ECW shirt on. I was like, yo, man, like, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to rub you the wrong way or anything. And he was like, nah, man, it's cool. And he was totally cool. I think he's just one of them guys that it's like if you catch him on a good day, he's the man. And if you catch him when he's not, feeling it or whatever, you don't really want to be around him or some shit. But he gave us the utmost respect. So I got nothing but love for Scotty Hall. The bad guy, Chico. Who else? I'm gonna drop somebody else on this one. Well, I got to blaze with RVD, so that was cool. That was a dream come true, and I got him to sign something for my boy Dahmer, and he signed it. Well, first he said, he goes, Dahmer, please don't eat me, or some shit like that. He said some shit like that. He goes, what the fuck's that name about, Dahmer? Because back in the day, like, we call him Dahmer, and it was around the time of the Jeffrey Dahmer shit, so it was this whole crazy thing. But yeah, Van Dam was pretty cool to hang out with. I didn't really realize this about Van Dam and Sabu, but they were both kind of like hard asses when I met them. Like, they don't let anybody too close to them. You know what I mean? They're on edge and they're ready to go. So I thought that was kind of interesting because they're both high flyers, and I was just shocked by that.